Hi everyone, Simon here again. We're back on Abracadabra, episode 5, Hands. Last episode, briefly, he got a couple of bank accounts and they had a chat about aerobics. They were having a beer. Another night passes, and remember, that was only really what I call day 1, full day. Day 2. Gretel, this is only day 2. Gretel starts talking to him. It's time to get the book out again, Hans. We know what health insurance we're going to do, and these other stuff we've got to do. We need to get money from Germany to Thailand. I've researched bank rates and the best way of sending money, and there's a couple of online companies that gain you a little bit more money. I could put a link under this video for my TransferWise link. She chooses transfer. I'll try and remember to put my link underneath. If you use it, you get an extra baht. It's good, and alright, yeah, go and have a read. She comes to the conclusion this company, TransferWise, is the best one. Now, Hans has got an oldish phone. It is a smartphone, but it's oldish, and he's got a really broken old laptop. Gretel, on the other hand, has got a Apple iPad, quite new, and she says, this is the only computer I have, it's the only thing I've managed to save up and buy over the years, but it's really good. And she sits on it with him and said, look, we need to use technology to help us with everything we do, with bills and moving forward, and look what I can do on this. And she shows him lots of things. She said, this is the company to transfer money, blah blah blah. She said, but really, for safety, you shouldn't use my iPad because it's your banking details. You need to keep that private and safe, and he knows about this. She says, that laptop you've got is older than us. Joking, she's got quite a good sense of humour. I think, you know, you need to ring your bank in Germany and get some money over first off, but ideally we want to use this TransferWise company to get more money. She knew she'd get an extra few baht for every euro. She says, let's go and get you, would you prefer a laptop or a tablet? And he says, well, I would rather have a Windows laptop. I understand it better than that Apple stuff. He says, I agree, I could do, you know, one of my things here in Thailand is I'd like a nice laptop. She says, what we can do is, if you just transfer over, say 100,000 baht, ring the bank, get it transferred to your new account, we'll go and buy a laptop, and then we'll set it up, and then you'll be able to transfer money easy. So the first acquisition, even before we get health insurance stuff, we need to get you so you have everything in one place. If I wasn't around, you still could use it all and do everything. And she keeps saying this, if I'm not around, you could still, and this comes, it just like, it's as if, look, I know you lost your mum, just in case you're thinking of losing me, we'll set everything up so it's all perfect for you. Now, he being German, there is part of being German that German people seem to be amazing with organising stuff, and just brilliant. And he really like understands, even though he's a factory worker and stuff, he knew reasonable amounts of technology, and he's like, she's not trying to steal my money, she's really wonderful. She's trying to set me up so I can learn this and be strong and a really good retirement. So he says, that's okay, that's a good idea. She gets her phone, said, look, we'll ring your bank. She's already got his bank number, she's got all her paperwork, you know, blah 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 blah. Transfer 100,000 baht. Here's what you have to say. This is the account number, this is the sort code, this is the Swift code, everything they need. Put it on speaker and I can help you. And he, okay. bank, 100,000 baht, 2 days, whatever the cost, and it'll be there. She said, can you accelerate it and get it quicker because you've got some purchases to make? And they were like, da 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 da, okay, if you pay a little bit more, we can send, you get it instant. You know, instant. How do you do it instant? They must have money in branches over here already, like TransferWise. But it cost almost double the cost. Yes, okay, let's do that. 100,000 baht, instant transfer, get it over. However they've done, amazing German banks. Bang, authorised it, and they said a couple of hours. Thank you very much. Phone down, gone. She says, right, let's have some more food, more drink, and I'm losing track whether it's day or night or what. Oh, we are next day. I get carried away with the stories. I'm going to pretend it's morning. I can't remember. This is the problem with doing the stories from my head. I don't write anything down on these stories. Quite a few of you ask. It is from memory, from what I'm told. So we're in the morning. He's done the bank transfer. They're having some food. They're having a beer early. A couple of hours go past. Coming up for lunchtime. Let's say that. She says, right, get your phone, get the app. Go to the bank, Grung Si, yellow bank, da 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 da, boom, check. Sure enough, there it is. 100,000 baht in his new bank account. He's got a Visa debit card. She said, how easy was that? But when we do it with the laptop, it's even easier. She said, it's just so good. Now, she's seen his paperwork from the banks already, all his printouts. She already knows exactly to the euro, or is it in krona? No, the euro, how much money he has got to his name in his German banks. She sees the dates that the pensions will start going into. They've each had one. He's had one of the pensions. He's got 2 small pensions and the main one. He's had one of the small ones pay him already. So those dates will drop in and she knows. She will know. She knows exactly how much money he's got. And as I said before, it's about 6 million baht. Money's in his bank. She said, right, let's go and find a laptop and get you a laptop and get you set up. She said, over the next few days I want you to meet family, and I think we're probably going to need some bits for the house, but we'll get your money, you transferring it with TransferWise, getting it to your account so you're comfortable, and then we can look at these things. And she says, what do you think about that? Should we go and get that? He says, yep, great, fantastic. He said, it was on my list to get a new laptop. She says, okay, well, in Kanchanaburi there is a small shopping mall with one of these IT cities and these sort of places. She said, we'll go there. She says, but before we go out, the laptop's only going to probably cost 30,000, 40,000 baht. Is there anything here in the house you can think of that you really would like now as one of the first items to set the house up? And he said, well, the bed's not very comfortable, the TV's not very big, and the sofa's uncomfortable. I think we need a freezer. She only asked for one item. She said, I think we need a freezer. She's clever. He said it'd be nice to have a couple of chairs and a table outside to sit in, to have a beer under the edge of the house, the roof of the house. And he starts reeling off a shopping list. And he keeps going. You know, it's like, we could do with a dining table and chairs, and I quite like gardening. We could do with a bit of flowers outside, and maybe we could have a TV in the bedroom. He said, I'd really love German TV. Can we get a package? And he said, I think we should have internet in the house. Oh my. She's like, okay. Brilliant. She says, let's go then. She said, first, before we go and get the laptop, now we've got your bank account, I need you to fill out the paperwork for, or sign. I've already filled up with your bank account details for the lease on the house, the rental. I just need you to sign those bits and we'll drop them off to the landlady on the way. It's on the way to where we're going to get the laptop. And he, okay, she pulls out the file, did it, signs, 2 copies, one for him, one for the landlady. He doesn't read it. He's like, that's fine. Off they go. Stops off, side of the road. Almost, well, it's right by her sister's, where her sister works at the bank. Building next door. Red sign and some sort of shop. She dives in there. She goes in there. He stays in the car. She comes back out and says, right, that's all done. Off they go to the shops. So they spend maybe an hour looking at laptops in the shop, and they're all pretty similar, Windows ones. And he agrees on 41,000 baht machine. I'm not sure, I think it was an Acer. Buys this laptop, got the box, pays with his debit card, boom, straight through. No problem. Come out of the computer shop, and there's another shop, electrical shop, similar. That's computers, TVs. And she says, let's inquire about TVs just to give you prices. We won't buy one today, but you can see what the costs are. Then maybe we'll look at a big C, and there's other places we can look. She said, we'll take our time. Great idea. In they go, looks at TV prices, different sizes. There's adverts there for internet, for different companies. There's a kiosk there selling True and 3BB. She said that's the sort of prices for internet. She's making notes and getting brochures, collating everything. Come out of there, along a bit more, there's a bed shop, furniture. She goes, let's go and look. In they go, try a few beds out. Very hard mattresses, Thailand, very hard. Lots of them. And he says, oh, they are so hard, they're so hard. She goes, well, the price jumps up to get the softer ones. He said, let's have a try of something. And they jumped on a few softer beds. Oh, they found one, he fell in love with it. Oh, that is just gorgeous. And there was a deal. Double bed, wardrobe, vanity mirror unit, 5-drawer unit, a bedside table, all these 5 pieces, and 2 quilts, all the sheets, all the pillows, everything. The whole lot was on special promotion, 40% off. And the price after the discount was 41,000 baht. You know, if you've got the money in the bank, that's not a bad price. You can get the same set and a mattress and bits and pieces for about 15,000 baht. They're hard. Anyway, he says, fantastic, let's just buy it, we need a good bed. Ching, out comes the visa, bought. We'll deliver tomorrow for you. Fantastic. Done. So he's bought the bed, he's bought the laptop, he spent 83,000 baht in one day. Whoosh. Anyway, he's over the moon, happy. Right, mid-afternoon, back home. He signed the lease on the rental on this property, or he thinks he has. He signed something. Gretel's happy. Bed's gonna come tomorrow. He's got the laptop. They get home. He has a fiddle with the laptop for a bit. She said, we'll sort that out over the next few days and we'll get the money sorted. Let's turn our attention, and they sit and talk about, she wants to know about his personal life before, and see if she can work out why he's so much into the solo aerobics. And it seems that he had bad experiences with both his former wives, and that he's got some sort of mental block. Now, Gretel says to him, it's a shame because I haven't participated for many years, and I would like to again. She says, but I'd also like to maybe explore more than just me and you, because here in Kanchanaburi there are some parties I've heard about where people all get together and share their experiences. Anyway, Hans is like, I'm not really into all this, and I'm not really bothered about it all, and maybe it's a millennium thing, I don't know, but he's like, no, let me chew that over a bit. So she says, well, how about, you've told me that you like to watch on TV X-rated programs, and we've briefly spoke about your love for solo activities in private. How about if I was to, as you're not really interested, how about I explore it with maybe another girl, and maybe you can participate or watch? And he's like, I've never seen anything like that in real life and never thought about it, never been offered, don't know what's involved, really not sure. Who is this friend? He said, well, I know a couple of girls who are interested in exploring this sort of thing, and I would like to, you know, I have needs as a woman, so maybe we can do something. At least then, you know, maybe if you like watching and I like doing, we can you're noisy, get ma. Huh? Noisy. Tell him, noisy. We could explore this and maybe it will work out for us. Maybe you don't have to get involved, but you can perform your solo activities whilst I have fun. He said, not sure. She said, have a think about it and we'll talk again. And maybe we could try that new bed out, she says. So, and for those who don't know, that is Ma next door in his rice fields, throwing bangers to scare off birds from eating his rice. I'm sure he's doing it because he saw me get the camera out and just wants to annoy me and you. And baby Ron is being cute. So there we go, Gretel and Hans maybe going to explore threesomes. Interesting, never done a love story with threesomes, really. He spent some money, he plays with his laptop that evening, next morning carries on, and she sits him down with the books and they start populating his laptop, connecting it to all the banks. She has copies of everything. Now when he populates it and connects it all to the banks, she makes a note of all the passwords for him and how the accounts are connected. Why would she have all those copies of all that? Oh, it could be a jib. It could be. She's just methodical. She's almost as if she's German as well, but she's not. Where did she learn to speak good English? Where's the twin sister coming into this? Maybe the twin sister's not a woman, maybe it's a twin brother. And whose house are they living in now? Who's the landlady? Wouldn't that be funny if it was the sister? Or even renting it off herself. Had you thought about that? He's only been there a couple of days. She's already talking about threesomes. he spent nearly 100,000 baht. Well, but she hasn't asked him for a penny. Not a penny. Let's leave it there today. And how can I talk about threesomes on YouTube and give information about that? I'll have to have a think about that. Maybe you guys have got some ideas. Are you even interested in Han Solo and his threesomes? I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye from me and Baby Ron. Ow! You stuck your claw in my knee, you little git. Not sad. Bye for now.